Welcome everyone to our live play reading of Shahrazad, written by Tamima Anam. My name is Filiz Özcan and I am the director of Shahrazad. I will also be reading the stage directions tonight. If you're affected by tonight's play reading event, please call the 24-hour free phone National Domestic Abuse Helpline on 0808 2000 0247. Lisa Ghazi will be performing Zadie Brown, 44 years old, host of the talk show Tell Me Your Story, Instagram influencer, a YouTube star. Gary Mackay will be performing Simon Brown, radio producer, husband of Zadie. Lillian Sang will be performing Jasmine and other callers. Sharif Shiraj will be playing Ali, Zadie's childhood friend. Scene 1, Monday. Night. Lights come up to reveal Zadie sitting behind a table, a camera in front of her. Stage left is Simon wearing a headset and with several computer monitors in front of him. Zadie takes a few minutes in front of her ring light to adjust her makeup and straighten her shirt.
Good evening, friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of Tell Me Your Story, brought to you by me, Zadie Brown, where we tell our stories, big and small, significant and insignificant, and where I bring you a safe space for laughter, confessions, and a place to rant. No judgments, no shaming, just a place for women to speak our minds and unburden our hearts. Your story is your power. And by telling our stories, we claim our power in the world. It is day 68 of lockdown. Who's feeling the burn? Who's ready to break things? I'm here to answer all your questions about patriarchy, power, and how to get your husband to take out the bins. Whatever's bothering you, I'm here for you. Our topic for today is the pandemic harder for women? Are we as women experiencing a different kind of lockdown than men? So I'm going to come right out and give you the punchline, which is yes, the pandemic is harder for women than men. Why, you ask? Why is it harder? Well, let's do a classic top 5, shall we? Top 5 reasons lockdown is harder for women. 1, laundry. Because of laundry, people. Because of laundry, dishes, sweeping, and housework. When no one leaves the house, everything gets messier. And because we are all the same people we were before lockdown started, those of us who throw our socks on the floor and just go on to pretend they're not there, are still going to throw our bloody socks on the floor. Laundry, housework, chores. Women still do most of these, and lockdown has made it so much worse. Number 2, food. Because people need to eat 3 meals a day. 3. Not 1, not 2, but bloody 3. So by the time you were done putting away the dishes from lunch, lo and behold, the dinner prep is calling. You see where I'm going with this? Number 3, we used to rely on work as a way to structure our days. When we don't have offices to go to, everything gets blurry and confused. And women are often left to do the mental and emotional labor of getting everyone onto a new routine. Number 4, all of our outlets are gone. Folks, I haven't left my house since lockdown started. I have not always been in the best of health, so my husband and I decided it would be best if he did all the shopping. I've been here at home and in our small garden this whole time. I haven't gone to a cafe or a bookstore or taken a train. I feel like a prisoner. Maybe some of you do as well. And finally, lockdown pain number 5, and possibly the worst of all of these, according to the floods of messages I'm getting: homeschool. Homeschool, homeschool, homeschool. Nothing to offer there but my sympathies. Oh, we have our first caller. Simon, who do we have?
Yeah, patching through the first guest, female, sounds like in her 50s.
Okay. Hello. Hi there. You're live with Zadie.
Zadie, my name is Sarah. I'm a huge fan of yours. Tell me, how do I get along with my husband during lockdown? It's driving me crazy.
That's a great question, Sarah. Lockdown definitely puts pressure on relationships.
Well, he's doing his best, you know. He's really trying, but everything he does irritates me. I can't even bear the sound of his breathing in my ear at night.
Try and find a little time in the day for yourself, even if it's 20 minutes. Put it in everyone's calendar, the same time every day, and make sure no one disturbs you.
Thanks, Zadie. I'll try that. And how are you getting along with your husband during lockdown?
Oh, my husband is a gem, Sarah. He takes out the bins and he makes fish pie every Thursday. But being together all the time, it wears on the best of us, doesn't it?
Yes. I'm not used to seeing him all the time. I miss my job. I miss his job.
Try and think of one thing that you like about him. Just one thing. Ladies, I know it's hard. Sometimes you just want to run out the door. I know the feeling, but we are living in strange times, and I know you all have the resilience, the courage, and the humor to get you through it.
A young woman, sounds depressed.
Okay, who's next?
Zadie, my name's Jasmine. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. How can I help?
I just wanted to call to hear another voice.
How are things with you? Everything okay?
Everything's fine.
What are you up to? What's keeping you busy?
I've been running a lot. My husband lets me because he says I'm fat.
I'm sure that's not true, but exercise can really cheer you up. I think it's called endorphins or something.
I like running along the canal. It helps me.
Oh, I live near the canal too. Maybe we are neighbors.
My husband, he gets very angry.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jasmine. This pandemic is hard on all of us. It's easy to let little things spin out of control.
So, what should I do?
How does he express his anger?
He's shouting. He's screaming and shouting.
Oh, I'm really sorry to hear it, Jasmine. If there's something more than screaming and shouting?
No. It's not like that. Not like hitting or anything. Just shouting all of a sudden.
Oh, well, he shouldn't do that.
I always listen to your show, Zadie, every night. Sometimes I think when I hear your voice that it won't happen tonight because I'm listening to you and your voice will protect me. I have to go now. He's going to hear me.
Jasmine, if you're listening, please call back. Let's have a little light relief now, shall we? We are going to play a game called Who's That Bad Boy?
Screen shows photographs of celebrities when they were young.
Now, before we finish, I just want to tell you one thing I'm really excited about, and that's the sandwich maker we've been using while on lockdown. It's made lunches so much easier. You just put the sandwich between these two layers and you press down and voila, super easy to clean up and makes delicious toasties. That's it for tonight. Thanks for watching Tell Me Your Story, with special thanks to my husband, Simon Brown, who produces this show with his characteristically annoying perfectionism. Until tomorrow, that's me, Zadie Brown, signing off.
Wow, great show. You were terrific.
Thanks. How many views did we get?
Annoyingly perfectionism. Right, let's do notes, okay?
Can I just change first? I'm tired.
Nope, the annoying perfectionist needs to do it now.
Okay.
Okay, so you sped through the intro, slow it down, wait for people to come on. Yeah, we're getting our peak audience at 3 or 4 minutes past. So you want to wait for the meat of the story till everyone is logged on.
Okay.
And you need to stay upbeat. Even if someone depressing comes on the line, just get rid of her sooner next time. You know, I really shouldn't have let her on.
It's not your fault.
Oh,
I hope she's okay though.
yeah. Red, though, doesn't look good on you. Yeah, wear something else.
I'm not wearing red.
Your lipstick is distracting.
Distracting?
Yeah, red's not your color, Zadie. And you need to look at your age. Yeah, I mean, you're beautiful. You are so, so beautiful. But you just need to think about the kind of message you're sending out when you choose your lipstick.
Let's go to bed.
No, still have some notes to go through.
Jesus, Simon, don't you ever stop. I'm tired, okay? We can do it in the morning.
You didn't ask me how many viewers we had.
We did. I did. How many views did we get? Tell me.
28,000.
We dance around the room during a small, joyful moment.
Oh, now take off your shirt.
What?
Oh, you said you wanted to go to bed. Take off your shirt.
Zadie starts to take it off.
Give it to me.
Why?
Give it to me.
She hands it over. He throws it aside. He kisses her.
What did she say to you?
Who?
Jasmine. What did she say when she first called?
Oh, I don't remember. She said something about, oh yeah, that she loves the show and she wanted to tell you something.
Do you think?
What? Do I think her husband is beating the shit out of her? Yes.
We should have stayed on with her a little longer.
3 minutes per caller. That's the optimum level. And then the engagement falls off a cliff.
We might have been able to help her.
We do what we can. We're a talk show. We're not a charity.
I won't wear red lipstick anymore.
I love you, Zadie. You are the most precious thing in the world to me. 28,000 viewers. I just want you to be at your best. You know, it's my job to look after you. You know that, right?
I know.
Ever since the first day I met you, I knew it was my job to look after you. You gave me a reason to keep going. You gave me purpose. And now my purpose is to take care of you. Oh, I love you so much.
I love you too.
Flashback.
Welcome to Dosa Divana. How may I help you?
Yeah, I'm a little bit lost here. What are your options?
You can have plain dosa, masala dosa, cheese dosa, or non-veg thali, 2 veg and 1 non-veg, or you can have veg thali, that's 4 veg dishes plus sambar and idli or appam.
I'm a little confused. You choose for me.
Maybe just masala dosa, but not too spicy, maybe?
Thanks.
You are new here?
Yeah, I'm teaching at the university. just one semester on radio production. I had to leave London, so this is just what I needed.
175 rupees, please.
Handing over a few bills.
Here you go.
That's too much.
She gives some of them back.
So why did you have to leave?
Leave? Oh, leave London. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, my wife. She cheated on me.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that.
And what are you doing here? Your English is so good. Well, too good, I think, to be working in a shopping mall.
I ran away from home, from my husband.
Wow, what kind of man would let you get away? I was thinking on my way over here that something would happen to change my life, that all the bad things that had happened to me would just melt away.
I hope you get what you are looking for.
Oh, I think I will.
I must go now. Your dosa is coming. Hope you enjoy.
Tuesday.
Good evening, friends. Welcome to Tell Your Story with me, Zadie Brown, where we talk about everything from periods to periods of grief. It feels like we've been in lockdown for 100 years, even though it's only been 3 months. Who's feeling claustrophobic? Who's feeling energized? Anyone out there enjoying themselves? Call me and we will put you on air. Before we do that, I want to talk to you about a product that's really helped me get through these difficult times. I can go shopping, I can hardly leave my house. So imprisoned as I am, I have been getting so much joy from these pajamas. Check them out. They have pockets, they have a tiny bit of stretch, and they look smart enough to wear both in bed or on Zoom. You can order them on pajamaparty.com and enter the code ZADIE for a special discount. Oh, let's welcome our first caller of the evening. Hello, you're on with Zadie.
Zadie, hi. My name is Dolores, and I am so over lockdown.
I hear you, sister.
I am done. I'm tired of my kids, my husband. I just want to run away and leave everyone behind. But where will I go? The summer house is too far away, the jet is grounded, and last week my friend Turtle tried to get to New Zealand, but then got turned back. They had to refuel and fly all the way home.
Oh, Dolores, that sounds hard.
Our nanny quit. Can you believe it? Not the main nanny, but the play nanny. She just got up and left one day. Said she couldn't handle the stress. The stress? What about me? What about my stress? I can't even get my hair done because Giorgio refuses to come to my house even though we get it UV sprayed every 2 hours.
The play nanny?
Oh yeah, she's like a play specialist. She comes up with these inventive things to do with your kids. I highly recommend it. Kids have such elastic minds. So what do you think I should do?
Well, there's always exercise like online yoga classes.
You know, we were thinking about renting our usual Greek island, but Greece is having a second surge, so...
Meditation?
Well, then we were thinking about Croatia, if we can get a big enough boat.
Something educational, like maybe learning a new instrument?
Oh, have you ever heard of Bodrum in Turkey?
Turkey sounds great.
Thanks, Zadie. You're such a genius. I knew you'd help me to decide. Cheers.
Well, friends, you heard it. Turkey is the place to be. Now, who wants to join me in a little nightcap? I have been feeling pretty low energy lately. Like my bones are heavier somehow. So I have been trying to think of ways to boost my metabolism and get more energy. So I'm going to whisk up some green juice in my handy little blender here. And then I'm going to add some vodka to make it, a drink to help your arteries as well as your soul.
There's a man on the line. I'm going to put him through.
Oh, we have another caller. My producer is telling me that it's a man.
His name is Ali.
Okay. Hi there. You're on with Zaidi. How can I help you?
Shahrazad,
This is Zaidi Brown, and you are on Tell Me Your Story with Zaidi. Is there something I can help you with?
Shahrazad, it's me, Ali, from home.
Ali, I can't, I didn't believe it.
Do you know this guy?
How have you been?
I'm well, Ali. Inshallah, I'm well. And how are your aunt and uncle?
They are no longer with me.
Hang up, Zaidi.
Where are you calling from?
Zaidi, hang the fuck up.
Gosh, that was a blast from the past. An old neighbor of mine. I can't imagine how he found me. Of course, we're live on Instagram. How silly of me. Anyone can find me if they look hard enough. Anyway, what were we talking about? Lockdown joys. Looks like our friend Dolores is going to find a way to escape. Anyone else planning to a holiday somewhere?
I'm going to put the next caller on.
Okay.
Zaidi, thank you for your program. It's meant a lot to me.
You're welcome. Do you have a story to tell us?
Yes, I wanted to tell someone that my lover died of COVID last week.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He was the love of my life. He went into hospital and within hours he was dead. I couldn't even be there beside him.
What a terrible tragedy. This pandemic is so cruel, isn't it? Making you suffer the death of your loved ones without even chance to say goodbye. I can't imagine the pain.
I can't tell anyone because, I wasn't his wife. He had a family, 3 kids. They're almost all grown up. We said we'd wait until the last one left, and then this happened. I can't believe it.
I'm so sorry.
Do you think I'm a bad person for having an affair?
I'm not here to judge you. I'm just here to listen. We love in all sorts of ways, don't we? In secret ways, ways that are hidden. I'm sure you two had your reasons.
Thank you, Zaidi. I just wanted to say it out loud.
That is it for tonight, folks. Thank you to everyone who's called in. Sometimes we need an escape, like our friend Dolores, and sometimes it helps to just say something out loud, to say out loud that you loved someone, that they belong to you, even if the world didn't know it. Good night, dear friends. Until tomorrow.
Lights slowly go up. Simon approaches Zaidi. Simon hugs Zaidi and they do their dance. When she tries to break away, he holds on for a little too long.
You were fantastic.
You think so?
Really great. That rich woman was hilarious. So you dealt with her really well.
Thanks, love.
Oh, and that other woman? Yeah, you were nice to her.
You mean the woman having the affair? She just lost the love of her life, Si. Have some compassion.
The guy had a family, 3 kids, and a wife who had no idea he was cheating on her the whole time. You have some compassion.
Things are not always so black and white.
Oh, who was that guy?
You're the one who put him through.
Well, they said he had a story about lockdown, something about losing his daughter to COVID. So I thought I'd put the poor guy through. I didn't realize he was just lying so that he could talk to you.
He said he lost his daughter.
Yeah, but he was lying, clearly. We should have called the episode Liars and Cheaters.
How do you know?
What?
That he was lying about his daughter.
It was a trick. Can't you see that?
I don't know. I hadn't heard from him in years.
He said something about her having a heart condition.
Do you ever think about it? About children? That we never had any?
Of course I do, darling. But you couldn't have children.
But we could have adopted.
Your health would have suffered. Raising a child, it takes a lot of energy, and you're always so tired, my love.
I guess it would have been hard, alone with no family to help.
And anyways, I never wanted to share you with anyone.
Yes.
You're avoiding telling me.
About what?
The guy, Ali, who is he?
Ali, not Ali.
Yeah, whatever. So why won't you tell me?
He's nobody, just a friend.
A friend? From where?
From home.
Was it your boyfriend? You know, when I found you in that stinking mall, you know, were you going out with him?
No, nothing like that. We just, okay. I was new in Calcutta. He helped me sometimes, you know. We rode the bus together.
Huh. And then?
Then that was it. I met you, you brought me here. I never looked back.
What does he want?
How do I know? You hung up on him. Please, can we go to bed? I'm so tired.
Yeah, of course. Let me bring you a cup of tea.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Which part?
I don't want to do the product placement. It's such a terrible situation. People are losing their jobs, losing people they love. I'm making them buy things.
It makes them feel better. And anyway, the product placement is what gets us paid. Our numbers are going up every day. Don't you want to get paid for all your hard work?
Well, find another way to get us paid then. Isn't that your job? Turning all of this into money.
Listen, I'm the one who makes the show work. I'm the one who does all the work behind the scenes. You just get in front of the camera and say exactly what I tell you to say. So if I tell you to sell something, you sell it.
I mean, all of it. I'm tired, Simon. We've made a lot of money. Can't we stop now?
You want to stop?
I'm tired.
So you want to go back? Is that it? Back to what? Back to being Shahrazad?
Maybe yes.
Or you want to go back to where you came from? To that shopping mall? To your hometown where they turned you out?
I never said that. I never go home. It's been 16 years, Si.
So you want to go back to where I found you, alone, no friends, no one to be there for you. Your family abandoned you.
They didn't. They just didn't understand.
And you begged me to marry you, remember? Yeah, you said you couldn't stand it for another minute.
You saved my life. I don't forget that.
And now you want to go back. Is that it? Should I send you home to your parents who kicked you out, or to your boss at that shithole where you worked?
Stop, please.
So where will you go? Where are you going to? Who's going to take care of you even? Who wants you? You want to go back to being Shahrazad? Then go.
Please. Stop. I beg you.
So you want to stay?
Yes.
You want to be Zaidi?
I want to be Zaidi.
Then you just do the show, just like I tell you. Every night you put on those headphones and you go out on the air and you become Auntie Zaidi. You hear me? If you want this life, that's what you have to do.
Wednesday.
So now that we have cocktails in hand, shall we have a little Auntie Zaidi time? Let's talk about love. whose relationships are actually getting better in lockdown? Are you enjoying spending all that time together, not having to go out, no commute, no outside world to interfere? Simon and I have been having a great lockdown. We've been cooking, planning the show, and just enjoying each other's company. He says he never wants to go back to the ways things were. I wouldn't mind going out for a drink once in a while. But he says he's happy just being here with me. So call me, people. Tell me everything.
You're going to like this one.
Hello, caller. What's your name?
My name's Cassandra, and I'm having the best lockdown ever.
Oh, tell me everything. How is it great? And what are you doing?
Well, first of all, my partner and I can't go anywhere. I used to run this marketing team and I was flying all over the world. My wife was a chef and she was never home in the evening. And now we're together all the time and it's just bliss.
Congratulations, Cassandra. I'm so glad to hear it. Tell us a little bit about how life was like before.
Oh, we were always in a rush, walking out of the door in the morning with just a cup of coffee, waving to our crying children.
Yeah.
It makes me so sad to think about it now. My wife's restaurant had to close down, but we feel hopeful that she'll be able to open it once this is all over. But we're going to stick to our rule of always putting the kids to bed together.
I'm really happy for you, Cassandra.
Thank you, Zadie. I just wanted to share my story.
Well, folks, there you have it. Joy in lockdown. We're all taking more time to be with our families, to enjoy the simple pleasures of sharing a meal together. Just last night, I was telling my husband after the show was over how much I'm enjoying spending so much time with him in lockdown. Oh, wait a second. We have another caller. Hi there. What's your name?
Shahrazad, why didn't you call me back?
Ali? Ali, is that you? Ali? Sorry, we seem to be having some technical issues here. Oh, here's our caller. Hello?
Zadie, it's Sophie. I just wanted to say to all those of you complaining about your husbands, I'm single and I haven't seen anyone for months.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Sophie. That sounds hard.
Not a hug, not a hand to hold.
Hmm.
Do you have any idea what that's like?
I don't, my friend, but I'm here to listen.
Well, all I wanted to say is don't take your loved ones for granted.
Sophie, that's really wise and generous of you to share that.
Oh, I also wanted to say online dating still exists.
Really?
Really? I mean, obviously you can't meet, but
Yeah.
you can talk. You can even video chat.
Tell us what Zoom dating is really like.
Well, you're getting to know someone without physically connecting with them. It's kind of strange and interesting. I miss the old way, but it's something.
Thank you for sharing your story with us, Sophie. Oh, okay. We have another caller.
Zadie, I'm a huge fan of the show.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. How can I help?
Well, I actually had a request for you, if you're willing.
Okay.
I was wondering if you'd be willing to get your husband on the show.
Simon.
Yes, you talk about him all the time. We want to meet him.
Well, I don't know. I'll have to ask him. Sai, you want to come on the show? He's not answering. I think that means yes.
Oh.
Simon, does that mean yes?
I'm not coming on the show.
Oh, come on, Sai. It will be fun.
They're going to ask lots of personal questions.
Simon, this whole show was your idea. Getting people to tell me their stories. You said it would strike a chord, and it has. But it means I have to be transparent as well. It will be great for our audience numbers.
Oh, I guess so.
I'll find something clever and non-interfering for you to talk about, okay?
Oh, and no questions about sex.
Absolutely not. Okay, folks, here's my husband, Simon Brown. Say hello, Simon.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, hi, Simon. Thanks for being such a good sport.
Yeah, sure.
So tell us about you. We want to know everything. Tell us how you met.
Oh, Zadie and I were, she was working in a shopping mall.
That's true. Simon came to India to teach a class, and he came to the mall for dinner and had no idea what to order.
Oh, that's really romantic.
Yeah, I was getting over a very nasty divorce.
And I guess I was too.
So she helped me with my order, and I couldn't believe this amazing woman was working in this shitty mall food court. And I just knew I had to get her out of there.
Oh, you're a regular Prince Charming, aren't you?
She just looked like she needed rescuing, you know.
Well, I don't know if I'd say that.
Oh, well, what would you say?
I'd say I served you one hell of a takeaway. And that maybe I rescued you a little bit too.
Oh, tell us what happened next. How did you rescue him, Zadie?
Oh, he was heartbroken.
I wasn't heartbroken. I was angry. I'd just been messed around too many times in my life.
Messed around?
Yeah, lots of guys get messed around. I was married. I was a good husband. I did everything right. But my wife, the ex-wife, she just went off with someone else, you know, out of the blue, just like that, for no reason.
See, I told you, I rescued him back. But getting your heart broken can really feel like your whole world is coming crashing down.
Yeah, it's true. She is the love of my life. Right from the first moment I met her, I knew she was the one.
Mm.
Oh,
That's really all there is to it.
how very romantic.
It was wonderful.
Z, yeah, it's Jasmine. She's calling again. I'm going to put her through.
Okay. Hello?
Zadie, it's Jasmine. I called you 2 days ago.
I remember, Jasmine. How are you?
I'm well. Zadie, how are you?
Tell us how things are at home.
I'm still running.
Oh, that's wonderful. And how is everything else?
Not good. I'm not well.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Jasmine. Is there anything I can do for you? Anyone I can connect you with?
Jasmine's not my real name.
I understand.
I can't make it stop. I try to be good. I try to do everything to make sure he doesn't get angry, but he doesn't stop. He's in the flat with us together every day. He can't get out, and I can't go anywhere. Tell me, Zadie. Tell me what to do.
Jasmine, do you have any family nearby?
He made me cut off my family. He made me stop talking to them. He said they're bad people, that they don't want to have anything to do with me, that they hate my children. He won't let me see them. It's been more than 4 years.
They're still out there.
How do you know?
I know. I know. If you reach out, they'll be there.
I have to go now.
Jasmine? I'm going to take a moment to get myself together. Jasmine, if you're out there, if you're still watching, you can call me anytime, okay? My producer will give you my mobile number. I'm here for you. You are not alone.
Zadie collects herself. She wipes her tears and puts her headset back on.
That's all for today, everyone. Thank you for listening. It's been a privilege as always. We have to help Jasmine.
Ah, I knew you were going to say that. There's nothing we can do, my love. She has to figure it out for herself.
I'm going to call her.
You can't do that.
Why not?
You're not her friend. You're a person on her phone. You'll shatter the illusion.
I could be. I could be her friend.
Text message is projected.
Jasmine, it's me, Zadie.
Hello, Miss Sadie. How are you?
How's the running going, Jasmine?
I don't leave my house anymore. He doesn't want me to go outside. He says my jogging trousers are too tight.
I'm
He
really
says it's
sorry.
better if I'm fat.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
Tell me something happy.
I don't know. I don't know what to say, Jasmine. I just feel so bad. Isn't there anything I can do?
Tell me a story to cheer me up.
Well, when I first came to this country, I thought washing up liquid was for my face.
Lol.
I used the dish soap on my face for a week until Simon found it in the bathroom.
My husband always laughs at me. He says, look at that fat girl. Look at her fat legs and fat arms. I have to go.
Remember, he doesn't own everything.
Thursday.
Good evening, my friends from near and far. Did you know you are from all over the world now? From California to Zimbabwe, from Lagos to Lahore. Greetings, my fellow humans, and greetings to my sisters. Welcome to Tell Me Your Story, because your story is your power, the source of your strength, the place from which all life will spring. Own your story. Tell it to the world. You can conquer anything. Today, I have decided to tell you a story of my own. It's something I have been thinking about for some time now. I realized that it's not enough for me to keep telling you to own your stories. I have to be forthright about my own too. Not just the ones that make me feel good, but the ones that are uncomfortable. Today, I'm going to talk to you about children. Many of you have been DMing me about your children. I know that lockdown has made it difficult with kids at home, all the homeschooling responsibilities. Others of you have shared with me how this pandemic has made you even more eager to have children. I'm also getting loads of messages about pregnancies, planned pregnancies, surprise pregnancies. Yes, you guys have been pretty busy during lockdown, huh? All of this has made me think deeper about my own journey. So I'm going to tell you a little story now. I was born in a small town in India, about a 2-hour train ride from Calcutta. And I had 2 brothers and 2 sisters. My parents were struggling, but they made ends meet. My father was a math teacher at a government school. Life was hard. We never had enough money for anything. We shared a house with my grandparents and uncles, a crumbling old house with a toilet outside. But I also remember my mother holding me and singing to me every night before I went to sleep. My sisters and I shared a bed, and there was a curtain strung across the room, and on the other side, my 2 brothers shared a bed. Our lives were difficult, but we had one full meal on the table. We were able to go to school, and we had each other. And then one day, it was time for me to get married. I was so excited about it. There was a huge celebration in the neighborhood, And I knew I was making my parents proud. The man I married was someone I had known growing up. His parents had both died when he was little, so he lived with his aunt and uncle. He was strong, determined, and he wanted a better life for himself. We got married on a Friday. I remember it was raining very hard. And as we entered the house, he took off his jacket and placed it over my head. I'll never forget that gesture of kindness. Even though we hardly knew each other, I was in love. We led a simple but happy life. I moved in with his aunt and uncle. I helped his aunt with the cooking and the household chores. They had a small yard at the back of the house where they kept a goat. And in the morning, I'd get milk from the goat and watch the sunrise. My husband was studying for his accountant's exams while working in an office. And I was in university. I was thankful to have a home, a husband who loved me, a roof over my head. But 3 years after our marriage, I had finished my studies and I was still not pregnant. The family were angry. They called in people from the village. Someone performed an exorcism on me, but nothing happened. My husband spent the last of his savings and we went to a doctor. And the doctor delivered this devastating news. I would never be able to have children. I knew from the moment the words came out of the doctor's mouth that my marriage was over. No matter how much affection my husband felt for me, he wouldn't be able to stand up to his family once the word got out. We divorced a month later. I was devastated. It's been 17 years since the doctor gave me that terrible news. I wanted to go home, but I didn't want to be a burden on my parents. Everyone in the town knew why my marriage had ended, and I just wanted to start over again. Leave that place where everyone knew my darkest, most shameful secret. But everything happens for a reason. I went to the city, I got a job at that mall, and I lived in a girls' hostel. And that's where I met Simon and became Mrs. Brown. And that is why I'm here in front of you today. You know, I feel the loss of those imaginary children in my bones. I can almost see their faces, their smiles. It breaks my heart that I'll never get to meet them. But I'm also here to tell you all the women who long to have children. I feel your pain, but also that I've managed to live a fulfilling and happy life. I carry the loss around me like a scar, but that scar can also make me stronger. Anyways, that's my story. Call me. Tell me your story.
Well, that was shit, Zadie. No one asked you to tell them everything.
Oh, ladies, I have my husband in my ear telling me I've said too much. Have I said too much? Call me and let's prove him wrong.
Yeah, well, I'm putting the caller through. We'll discuss this later.
Thanks for sharing that, Zadie. That must have been really hard for you.
It was. But now I have Simon who loves to tell me what to do. And all of you, you're my family.
I had 7 miscarriages before I gave birth to my son. I know the pain of wanting children desperately and not being able to have them.
7. Wow. How did you survive that? How did you keep going?
My family kept me going. They supported me so much, but even they thought I was mad to keep going, to keep trying after one pregnancy after another failed. But I was determined. Sometimes you want something so badly, you just don't care what anyone says. I knew I was going to have a children someday, and I just needed to be patient and kept going. I refused to take no for an answer. I went to one doctor after another. One of them even injected me with egg yolks. I'm laughing now, remembering it all, but it was deadly serious to me back then.
Thank you for sharing that. I guess I never thought about it that way. You guys are always surprising me in the most extraordinary ways.
Oh, damn it, Zadie. You weren't supposed to tell them everything.
How many viewers did we have?
I don't know.
How many?
65,000.
It was your idea. Your idea to use my own experience to get them to talk. I was just doing what you asked. And see, it worked.
You need to learn to make shit up, Zadie. Just because you're talking about yourself doesn't mean you have to pour your heart out in front of everyone. Jeez, I mean, it's embarrassing watching you cry like that.
I'm not ashamed, Simon. Those stories are real. I couldn't have children. I feel so broken about that.
Sweetheart, but why? Look, our life is so great. We have everything we need.
When the doctor told me I couldn't have kids, I just took it. I just accepted it and never got a chance or never got a second opinion. What if he was wrong?
Look, we talked about this. It just wouldn't have been possible.
Do you think Jasmine will ever get out?
God, I don't know, honey.
I need her to be okay.
What is it with you and this woman?
Nothing, nothing. I just, I want to do something.
Was it Ali?
Who?
Ali, the guy you called. You know, the guy that called. Was it your husband? Is that why all this is coming back to you?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, you're lying, I can tell.
I don't know what you're talking about. I told you, Ali was my neighbor. We rode the bus together. That's it.
You asked about his aunt and uncle.
I knew his aunt. So what?
You can't lie to me, Zadie. See, I've given you everything you wanted, everything you needed. And now you're going to run off with your ex-husband of yours, the one who threw you out into the street because you couldn't give him children. You're going to leave me and go back to that shithole of a place that you call home.
Simon, I do not know what you are talking about. You sound crazy.
I need you, Zadie. I can't live without you. Promise me. Promise me. Promise me you will never leave me.
I never said I was leaving.
Yeah, you're going to leave me just like that bitch Alice. You're all the same. You pretend to be loyal. Yeah, you act like, oh, you're going to treat a man with respect, and then you just cheat and lie and betray us. You're nothing without me. Remember that.
Do not call me nothing.
What did you say?
I said nothing. I didn't say anything.
I need you.
I need you too.
Let's go to bed.
Friday.
Jasmine, it's me.
Sadie,
My husband's gone out to get the shopping.
my husband's asleep on the sofa.
Are you all right?
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Why shouldn't I be fine? I'm not the one.
Because you said you're calling because your husband's out doing the shopping.
Oh, Simon. Oh, he's so great. He never lets me go anywhere. He does all the shopping, you know. He even makes sure he takes all the deliveries himself so I don't get exposed to the virus.
He never lets you go anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, no. It's not like that. It's not like you. He's just protecting me because I'm not well.
I'm sorry. What kind of illness do you have?
Well, it's asthma. I use an inhaler and I feel tired, you know. I'm always tired.
I'm tired as well because it's hard to be inside all the time.
Yeah, right. I guess it is. But the reason I called is because I spoke to the woman at the shelter.
What shelter?
If you want to leave, they will find a place for you.
What makes you think I want to leave?
You said your husband beats you.
You said your husband doesn't let you out of the house. Do you want to leave your home? Do you want to leave your children?
I do not have children.
I'm very sorry about that.
I told you, it's not that he doesn't let me out of the house. It's just that, you know, it's not safe.
You're telling me to leave my house to be safe.
I'm sorry. This was a mistake.
I got those padron peppers you like. Should I make them for dinner?
Sure, thanks. How was the shop?
Yeah, it was okay. Everyone was wearing a mask.
Maybe I'll come with you next time.
No need. Yeah, it's better if it's just one of us that does it.
But I could use the fresh air.
If I get sick, who will take care of me?
I guess so. I called her.
Who?
Jasmine. I called her. Well, first I called the shelter, then I called her.
Why did you do that?
Don't you want to help her?
Of course. But aren't you worried you're just going to make it worse?
Well, I did kind of make it worse. She hung up on me.
There you go. See? I told you to stay out of it, but you can't solve everyone's problems.
Simon, remember when we first met?
Of course I remember it. I remember it perfectly. Can I get you a thalia or a dosa?
You making fun of me?
No. Well, I mean, maybe a little. Or you were wearing that ugly uniform with the red apron.
You told me I was beautiful.
Oh, you were. As soon as I got you out of there.
I was so ashamed of that job. I felt like I couldn't get the trash smell out of my clothes.
You were a delicate flower. You still are.
I don't thank you enough for everything. All of this.
Why don't you thank me now? In bed.
Not now.
Why not?
We have the show. We should get ready.
That's not for hours. Come on.
I don't want to.
Of course you do. I can see it in your eyes.
I really don't.
I can smell it on your skin. Don't lie. Oh, you know you want it as much as I do.
Not my face. I have to go on the show later.
Lights go down. Lights go up. Zadie gets dressed slowly as if she's in pain. She puts her makeup on her face, wincing as she pats her cheek. She checks her lighting a few times to make sure no one will notice her injuries.
Hi everyone, it's me, Zadie Brown, with another edition of Tell Me Your Story. I received so many letters from you after my broadcast yesterday. Thank you all for your kindness and your support. Telling you my story made me feel lighter. It helped me to make sense of the last 20 years. You often write to tell me how much this show means to you, but I want to take the opportunity to tell you what it has meant to me. You have become my family. All you women out there living your lives, connecting with each other and with me. Anyways, I'm getting sentimental in my old age. Enough about me. Today, we are going to do some cooking. Here I have my favorite recipe for fried okra. If you have never tried okra, or if you think it's too slimy, then think again. Okra is your friend. Here I have this beautiful okra and I have sliced each piece in half lengthwise. See that? Voila! You thought potatoes were the only thing you could turn into chips. But there is a healthy, low-carb option also known to reduce inflammation. I don't know about you, but lockdown has made me lethargic and achy. My body hurts all over. And when you have generalized pain like that, it's probably due to inflammation. So you need to eat your vegetables. These okra fasts will make you feel like you're eating chips when you are actually getting 2 of your 5 a day. Try it.
She sits down and eats.
I was going to get you to buy this air fryer, but I can't. I just can't. As you all know, these brands are ones that sponsor the show. And they make sure Simon and I can keep doing what we are doing. I'm really grateful to all of them for their support. But I think it's time to end this. I'm not going to tell you to buy a juicer or a pair of pajamas anymore. There are more serious things in life, things that we should be spending our time talking about. And so many of you have reached out to me to tell me that you have lost your jobs or been furloughed. And I want you to know that the only thing that matters is that you are loved and taken care of, and that you are treated with respect. That's all. All of this stuff that we fill our lives with, those are all insignificant. That's all. That's the message. I'm sorry to cut things short. I'll be back tomorrow, I promise. In the meantime, take care of yourselves and be well. Not my face, Simon. Not my face.
I'm not going to do anything you don't want me to do. And anyways, you're not doing the show anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Please, Simon.
I'll take care of it. Shh. Whatever happens, I'll take care of it. Shahrazad, it's Simon. It's Simon from the mall. How are you today? Oh, you're so beautiful. I couldn't keep my eyes off you yesterday. I tried not to spill that soup all over my shirt.
It's called sambar.
What?
It's not soup. It's sambar.
Shahrazad, where are you now? Are you at work?
I'm in my hostel.
In your hostel? Describe your room to me.
It is small and hot, and there are 5 other girls in it.
Oh, I wish I could take you out of there, bring you home with me. I want to build a moat around you, Shahrazad. Shahrazad, where are you? I called you 3 times. You're not answering your phone.
It seems you care about me very much.
No, of course I do. I worry about you. It's been a week since I saw you.
It's nice to have someone care about me.
I'm always thinking about you. Shahrazad, I didn't see you at the mall today. I went to look for you.
I was with Maya. We went to the animal shelter.
The animal shelter?
They let you hug the dogs and cats.
Well, you don't need them. I'm here, always here to embrace you.
Maya is a nice girl. She invited me to spend the weekend at her parents' house.
I wish I could take you home with me. I worry about you alone in the city.
You worry too much.
Saturday.
What are you reading?
It's this manual for Jasmine.
What does it say?
It says, what is love?
Well, you know the answer to that.
Honeymoon phase, tension building phase, explosive phase.
I don't know why you're reading that crap.
Hey, give it back.
This woman has gotten into your head. I don't like it.
I'm just trying to help.
I said, stop.
It's her.
I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry.
Do not speak to me.
Zadie, don't leave me. I'm sorry.
Yesterday. And now this? You're out of control.
You can't go out there. It's not safe. There's a pandemic out there. Yeah, I can keep you safe, but I can't keep you safe unless you're with me.
I was right about the product placement. People hated it.
I was doing it for us.
What were our numbers yesterday?
I don't know. I'd have to check.
They were high, weren't they?
Yeah, I guess so.
They were the highest they have ever been.
Yes, fine. Look, what do you want?
I do not want to have sex just because you want to. We always do it when you want to do it.
Yeah, that's not true. That's totally not true.
When you're in the mood, that's when we do it.
I haven't heard you complaining.
Well, I'm complaining now. I don't always want to after the show. I'm tired. I just want to go to sleep.
It helps me unwind.
I don't want to unwind. I just want to sleep.
Fine. Sleep when you want. Fuck when you want. I don't care.
Okay, everyone. I need some cheering up to do. So I asked you all to send me your stories of online dating. And you made me laugh till I snorted out my tea. So I have collated all your answers and we have a new top 5. Top 5 worst online dating facts. Number 1, the guy is always older than he says. And he doesn't look anything like his profile picture. Ladies, this is the number 1 complaint you've all had about online dating. Men, what's up with that, huh? Do you think the woman is going to take one look at you, think, you are 65, not 55, but fall in love with you anyway? And do you think the photo of you with hair is going to somehow make it better that you actually have no hair? Get your acts together, boys. Lying is not helping anyone. Number 2, You have a great date and he ghosts you afterwards. So obviously, I'm too old to really understand this. And as it so happens, my husband takes the opposite strategy to ghosting. I mean, when we were dating, he texted me like 200 times a day. Anyways, this really must suck, right? So you finally meet a guy, you think you hit it off, and then suddenly he disappears, like he just moved to another country or something. I say, fuck that. If he's capable of ghosting anyone, he doesn't deserve you. Number 3, he's a creep and becomes obsessed with you. Ladies, the opposite of ghosting is almost as bad. We have talked about stalking here on the show before, and I'm going to repost all the links I mentioned last time about how to stay safe online, what danger signs to look out for. Just remember, you're not alone, okay? And if you ever feel unsafe, please don't do that thing that we women do sometimes, which is that we just don't want to sound silly or paranoid. Trust your gut and get out of there. Number 4, you meet someone nice, but you worry that there's someone even nicer out there. This is a tough one. I think it has a lot to do with some of the platforms we are using to meet people. We are swiping right, swiping left, and it can be a kind of addiction. I have heard of people who are on Tinder during a Tinder date. Just remember that the person sitting across from you is a human being, a person with feelings like your own. Try and be present in the moment instead of thinking about what's on the other side of your swipe, okay? In the end, even if it doesn't work out, at least you know you feel like you gave it a chance. And because you have sent me so many entertaining stories, I thought I'd run you through a list of the worst of the worst. Ready? Okay. There's the guy who can't stop talking about his mother, the guy who can't stop talking about his ex-wife, the guy who picks his teeth at the table, the guy who says he only eats raw meat, the guy who asks you for a blowjob in the middle of the dinner, you, the guy who makes you pay, the guy who asks if feminism is really necessary. The guy who offers to pay for a boob job, the guy who tells you he's taken Viagra before he came to meet you. God. The guy who falls asleep before the pudding arrives. And finally, most spectacularly, the guy who asks the waitress out right in front of you and then turns to you and says, I'm right, aren't I, in guessing this date isn't going well?
Sunday.
We were all about the laughs yesterday. So let's get back to more serious matters. I'm going to continue with my own story, Simon and me. So you heard what happened in India. My marriage was over. My self-confidence was shattered. And I basically ran away from home to escape the shame I felt at the dissolution of my marriage. I felt so terribly guilty about that. I just couldn't face my family. So I spent every last penny I had from selling a piece of my wedding jewelry, and I took that train to Calcutta, moved into that disgusting girls' hostel and got myself a job at the mall. And then I met Simon. In 3 months, we were married and had moved here together. I didn't know anyone in this country, and it was colder than I had imagined in every way. I had no friends. I didn't know a single person. My English was terrible. But Simon, oh, was always there for me. He was the warmest, sweetest thing in England. He just paid a kind of attention to me that I'd never experienced before. He always wanted to know exactly where I was. He always brought along an extra jumper whenever we were together, just in case I was cold. He just took me under his wing. And he's been supporting and protecting me ever since. At our registry wedding, it was just the two of us and our friends. And afterwards, we had cake and tea in Victoria Park. And that was it. 16 years ago. I can't believe it. Oh, look, you're bombarding me with questions. The thing that drew me to him. Oh, he made me feel safe. That was it. The moment I met him, I just felt like he was going to protect me from everything, from the whole world.
I love you, baby.
He's the best. That's it. What did my parents say? This question comes from Mumtaz, who writes from Pakistan. She asks if my parents approved. Well, the thing about parents is they always come around. Mumtaz, maybe you'd like to call in and tell us your story?
It's her. It's her.
Oh, here she is. Hello, Mumtaz.
I'm in love with my neighbor, but he's 2 years younger than me, and I don't think my parents will approve.
I'm always going to tell you to follow your heart, Mumtaz, because ultimately you're the one who's going to have to live with your decisions. No matter how much you love your parents, you're going to have to find your own way. But I can tell you, after years and years, I wish I had taken a slightly different tone with my family. I wish I had been able to bring them around because I miss them.
You mean you haven't been in touch with them since you got married?
No, I haven't.
You haven't been home? Not once?
No. But that doesn't mean I don't think about them all the time. I love them. I couldn't find a way to reconcile my two lives. That's all.
Monday.
Sadie, it's me. How are you, my sister?
Jasmine, I'm well. I'm really well. I'm really sorry about the other day. I shouldn't have called you like that and made assumptions about your life.
Can you give me that phone number?
Of course I can. Is it an emergency?
He lost his job.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tell me how I can help. Do you want me to call them for you?
Maybe. No, it's okay. What did they say? Did they say I can come there with my children? Will they protect us?
It's more complicated than that, I guess. But if you feel you or the children are in danger, Jasmine, you should call 999.
I don't know. Can you come, Zadie? Can you come to my house?
I don't know. Where do you live? It would be better if you call the police. She wants me to go over to her house.
She's crazy. You can't do that.
She's texting the address. It's 20 minutes from here. Let's go now, Simon.
What does she want you to do?
I don't know. She sounded scared.
Well, we can't bring her here. Does she have kids?
I think so.
Oh, look, we're not running a charity, Zadie. What were you thinking?
I have to go now.
No,
No? What do you mean, no?
we're not going, and that's it.
Fine, then I'll go.
How are you going to get there? You can't drive.
I'll walk.
Walk. You know
Yes.
there's a pandemic out there, right?
I'll call a taxi.
Are you insane?
You can't keep me here. I'm not your prisoner.
Look, calm down, sweetheart. I can't let you risk your health. I really can't. Oh, look, let me go over there, okay? I'll just drive by and I'll knock on the door and pretend. I'll pretend that I got the wrong address. I promise you. If anything seems off, I'll call the police, okay?
She asked me to go.
Trust me, sweetheart, please. I'll call you as soon as I'm there, okay?
What about the show?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the show.
Should we cancel it tonight?
Maybe, but we might lose our audience. People have such short memories. Look, you can do the show without me. Yeah, you'll be great.
Really?
Yeah, you're the great Zadie Brown.
Simon shows Zadie how to make the pause work.
Okay. Good evening, friends, and welcome to Tell Me Your Story with me, Zadie Brown. Today, I want to talk to you about sex. Yes, sex. Who's having lockdown sex? Is it any good? Tell me everything. Okay, I'm running the calls myself tonight, so you'll have to excuse me if there are any glitches, okay?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
Zadie?
Yes, hello, who's this?
Hey, Zadie. It's Rachel here. Lockdown sex is utter shite.
Why?
Because my kids are home all day and they're everywhere. My husband and I can't get a second alone.
Wait, were you having daytime sex?
Well, yes, sometimes when they were in school, his office is nearby and he would come home for lunch, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that is awesome and I salute your initiative. But you might want to think about trying to do it after the kids go to bed, huh?
That's what I told him, but he says it's not the same. Plus, by the time we've homeschooled them all day and wrestled them into bed, we're not in the mood.
Well, there you go, friends. Another thing this pandemic has taken away from us, the simple pleasure of daytime booty. Oh, I'm getting another caller. Hello? Oh, I can't quite hear you. Hello?
Judy, it's me.
Ali, you shouldn't be calling me like this.
I wanted to say, I'm very sorry.
I was never angry with you. You're sad.
I shouldn't have left you like that.
I wish you had stood up for me, but I understand why you couldn't. Simon told me about your daughter.
It was my punishment. That's why I wanted to tell you.
Please don't say that. God doesn't punish people like that.
I deserved it. But I only wish my poor girl shouldn't have suffered because of me.
Everyone is listening, Ali.
Good. This is all I wanted to tell you. My daughter is in heaven. But here on earth, at least I can ask you forgiveness.
Thank you.
Are you well, Shahrazad?
No one has called me that in a very long time.
I wish you peace.
And you, Ali, and you. Right. Well, I promised you total honesty, didn't I? That was Ali, a friend from back home. Actually, that's not entirely true. He wasn't a friend. We were married. Remember the story I told you about my husband and my not being able to have children? Well, that was him. Now you've seen it all, my friends. What shall we do, friends? Shall we go back to talking about sex? How about this? Call me and tell me whatever you wish. Confessions, revelations, secrets, lies, anything you like. I'm here, waiting by the phone.
Zadie, it's Jasmine.
Jasmine? Oh my God. Are you all right?
I'm leaving him. I'm leaving now.
Is Simon there?
Who's Simon?
My husband. I asked him to go to your house.
You sent a strange man to my house?
No, he said he didn't want me to go. He was worried about me. But he's coming to get you, I promise. He'll take you somewhere safe. He should have been there already any minute now. Hello?
Hello? Zadie? It's Dolores. I'm in Turkey. It's so great here. And there's sun and no masks. Zadie, my partner's leaving me. Please tell me what to do. I don't want to be alone. Zadie, I've been married for 35 years. I don't know who I am anymore.
What happened?
You lied to me. That's what happened.
What happened to Jasmine?
I asked you point blank and you lied to my face.
What happened to Jasmine?
I didn't go.
You didn't go? But I told her she could trust me, that you were on your way.
Tell me who that man is.
Let me go off my hair.
Tell me now, or I swear I will.
You will what? Kill me? Fucking kill me then. I don't care.
You've been lying to me this whole time, haven't you?
No, I haven't. He just called to say he was sorry. You heard him.
You lied when I asked you. You just lied to my face.
Okay, yes, you're right. I did lie. I made up a story about how I knew him, but that's because I was afraid you wouldn't understand. But you heard everything. He just called for forgiveness, to make amends.
Bullshit. You're planning to meet him.
Listen to yourself, Simon. You're paranoid.
Because you fucking lied to me.
No, you lied to me.
I lied to you.
Yeah.
I have done nothing but protect you, take care of you, treat you like a delicate flower and give you all of this.
None of it belongs to me. It's all yours.
This house, this job, this lifestyle, I did this for you.
You did it for yourself. So you could turn me into this person. Someone with no family, no roots, no home except the prison you built for me. I can't believe I didn't see it before.
It was all for you, all for you.
I'm going to Jasmine's house and I'm going to find out what happened to her.
Please, Zadie, don't go.
My name is Shahrazad.
Flashback.
Let us get married, Simon.
What, you're not going to wait for me to ask you?
I'm a modern woman. I can do the asking.
Fine, fine. Then get down on your knees.
Really? Is that necessary?
Go on, do it.
Simon Brown, will you marry me?
Yes, on one condition.
Condition? Okay.
First, you have to change your name.
Shahrazad Brown. I can live with that.
Not just your last name, your first name too.
My first name?
Yeah, Zadie. Yeah, I think that's a good name. It's easier for me to say.
I don't know.
We're starting a life together. Let's start all over from the beginning. I want to have a fresh start, just you and me. We can reinvent ourselves. Oh, I have got so many ideas, so many plans for the future. Will you do it? Will you become Zadie Brown for me? Shahrazad Chowdhury, her options are limited. See, she's shy. She's the girl who emptied out the bins in the shopping mall. Zadie Brown. Now she is poised to take over the world. Who will Zadie Brown be? Her life will be limitless. She can do whatever she wants. Let me make her. Let me create her. Will you let me? Will you become Zadie Brown?
Thank you to our cast. We will be now going on to our question and answer session. We'll be waiting for our writer to arrive, and Annie Small will be hosting that discussion. So we'll be with you shortly. Thank you to our cast. We will be now going on to our question and answer session. We'll be waiting for our writer to arrive, and Annie Small will be hosting that discussion.
Hello.
Oh.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, should I put my yeah?
Hi, Annie.
Hello, hi Tanina.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can, yes, yeah.
Great. I'm ready when you are.
Yep.
Hello. Sorry, if we can have the cast as well, if you can turn on your cameras as well. Brilliant. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Well done.
Well done, that's amazing.
I'm going to hand over to Annie to host the Q&A. Well done, guys, everyone.
Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready to start when you're ready, Annie. Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for coming. This was such an amazing play. I'm so moved. It's brilliant. It's humorous. It was fantastic. So what we'd like to do now is to ask you some questions about this amazing production. Please, if anyone who's watching, please can you put your questions in the comments just below the film, and then we'll be.
Oops.
I think that's the joys of Zoom, and it's just on frozen. But I'll just complete that. If you could put your questions under the comment sections underneath the videos, then we'll be able to share it and ask the cast and the creators those questions. Sorry, Annie, I picked it up because there was the internet problem, but I'll hand it over to you.
Yeah, so I was just saying, if anyone wants to put any questions,
But I'll hand it over to you.
Yeah, so I was just saying, if anyone wants to.
Sorry.
Sorry, and now, please, yes, if you can all introduce yourselves and tell us what your role is, starting with the wonderful playwright Tamima.
Hi everyone, I'm Tamima Anam. I'm usually a novelist, but in this one instance, I was the author of this play. And thank you so much to all the actors and everyone who produced the reading. It was really moving to see my words brought to life, and I really appreciate all the hard work and all the effort that you put into it, despite not being able to be together in a room.
Okay. And Phyllis?
Hi everyone, I'm Phyllis and I'm the director of Shahrazad, and I'm also the joint artistic director of Komala Collective.
Lisa?
Hi, I'm Lisa Ghazi, and I played the role Zadie Brown, and I'm also the joint artistic director of Komala Collective.
And, Simon?
Oh, sorry, yeah, that's me. Sorry, I forgot there for a minute. So, yeah, my name is Gary. That's why I'll have to change it. No, that's fine. That's why I got confused. I'm thinking, Simon. Yeah, I'm Gary Mackay. I obviously played Simon Brown. And yeah, that's who I am.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks. Sohini.
Hi, I'm Sohini Alam, and I am the music director of Komala Collective.
And Lillian?
Hi, I'm Lillian, and I played Jasmine and many of the callers.
And Sherry?
Hello, I'm Sharif Shiraz from Bangladesh. I played the role Ali.
Oh, is that me?
Yes. Sorry.
I'm the visual director for Komala, and I'm a stage designer as well.
Brilliant. Well, congratulations again to all of you for such a fantastic play. Now, this was actually the second R&D and the second play reading for Komala. The first one, we had the team of we had Payvans Sadikan, who was an actor, Lisa, our lovely Lisa again, Simon Laishon, and it was also written by Lucy Chow Lei Tung. So what I'm really interested about is what's changed since the first R&D.
Yes, so this was a fantastic creative process, actually. So the devising and creating the work was great, and we actually looked at it from the perspective of the daughter. So how does it feel for the daughter, the teenager, to witness her parents in a domestic violence environment? So we looked at that, and we brought a lot of the storytelling and kind of her trying to push away the negativity by kind of retelling the story of Shahrazad and 1001 Night Tales. But what was amazing was actually when we were talking to Tamima, when she pitched her idea, it was very interesting the way that she approached it. And we were really excited about the idea of it being quite a kind of a digital approach. Obviously on stage, it's very exciting as well, but I'll hand it over to Tamima because she actually also watched the R&D and pitched her idea on that too.
Oh, brilliant. So what did inspire your interpretation, Tamima?
Well, I thought the R&D was really terrific. I was sort of trying to imagine a modern version of the story where this woman was, because in the story of Shahrazad, she's kind of, the story is her life, right? It's keeping her alive. And I guess in the modern era, our storytelling happens so much in a digital way. It's kind of interesting watching it on Zoom because it was written as a show that would have come on your computer. So those moments felt quite real. In a way that someone in Zadie's audience might be experiencing her monologues. Yeah, so I just tried to recast it in such a way, which was like you know, given that we tell so many of our stories online, and also this idea that the stories were keeping her alive in a way, it was allowing her life to exist in the form that we're seeing it, which is her kind of life with Simon. So even though it wasn't as obvious, which is like, oh, if she doesn't tell the story, he's gonna like murder her the next day, it was still a way for her to, it was a source of her power, but it was also the source of her survival. So I was just trying to bring that into a kind of digital era, I suppose. And that's kind of how that whole idea of the Instagram lives came about.
That's really, really interesting, and I think it resonates with so many people, with so many women who would have experienced those sort of that sort of challenge with and who are victims of domestic abuse. So Phyllis, did you speak to anyone? Did you need to interview anyone who had that same experience in order, and this is open to the actors as well, what was your experience, what was your link to the way that it was portrayed, which I think was really subtle and really pulled you in. It was very, very effective. So yeah, Phyllis.
Yes, we basically, in the first stage of the R&D, we interviewed quite a few survivors of domestic violence, and we were very honoured to hear their stories. It was really inspiring, their strength and how they've overcome those challenges. So we used it in the R&D in a way that where the actors got the opportunity to listen to it. At the end of the R&D, we had invited the survivors to come and watch the R&D showing and sharing, and they gave feedback to what we created. So yeah, it's been an incredible journey, and we've been in contact with Solace ever since the project has started. So we've got Anat, who has been our consultant in regards to the piece as well. So we're very lucky to have that support. But yeah, it's been an incredible journey, and it's been really interesting to see what those links are between the tale of Shahrazad and the stories that these women, and the stories of survival that they had to go through every day to overcome their challenges, which brought a lot of really interesting links with that kind of fictional character. So yeah, we were very lucky to interview those incredible women.
And for the actors, how was it to act some of those women, and of course for Gary as well to be acting the abuser? I mean, what was your responses to playing those parts? Yeah, maybe Lisa start. That's all right.
Oh, thank you, Annie. It was quite a journey. Although we've been just rehearsed for 2 days actually, but we and also apart from each other. But it was amazing in terms of exploring the ideas and exploring the ideas what Hamima wrote, and kind of bring it to life. And the character Zaidi, I mean, I have encountered a few women like her who came here like that, in that way, and made their lives here. Good or bad, but they made their lives here, and they found a new life. But what goes on behind the four walls, it's just anyone's guess for all of us. If you see Zaidi in front of the camera, in front of her show, while doing her show in her element, she feels like invincible, isn't it? But when you see her, what she goes through in her daily life, that is really chilling, and that's what happens. That happens most of the time, that we do not know what happens to women. We hear about the horrific statistics, and don't know who those survivors or victims are. Most of the time we don't get to know, and this this kind of domestic violence we don't talk about in our media, mainstream media, that much at all. And I think that and we all know that what has been going on during pandemic, how it has risen really sky high. and I think that these stories and these experiences of women, it's high time for us to talk about it, to present it, and to spread the words, to make people aware of the situation.
I think that's so important, and to raise awareness like this in a way, like I say, it really pulls you in. It was so clever. It was so well written. How about you, Lillian? Because you played so many different parts, didn't you? How was that?
Yeah. So we've been kind of working on this piece for a week, and last week I watched the panel as well that was on domestic abuse, and I think just kind of doing a lot of research on the topic, especially how it's affecting people, especially at this time. You know, it's a very strange time for everyone, but particularly how it's affecting victims who are struggling, and how much more difficult it is for them to reach help. It just kind of, I think the play really brings out how, like Lisa said, how these things can be happening behind closed doors and no one really asks or questions, and it can be very subtle, and it comes in so many different forms. And I think it was really kind of insightful to see how those dynamics kind of come into place in at home. And yeah, just exploring that was really, really interesting, and kind of I learned a lot in the process. And I think it's great that we're bringing these issues to light, and that people are going to be more aware of it, hopefully, and there's more discussions about it, and kind of people know how to kind of tackle these issues when they, maybe if they met someone or come across someone who might be in a situation that's similar.
Absolutely. And how about Gary or Sharif? Is there anything, as the males within the show, how did you feel about playing those two contrasting parts?
Sure. I would always find it very I enjoy a good challenge. Let's put it that way. Any actor would say they enjoy a challenge, but I do find it difficult, in the sense to be nasty. And it's, I think the more subtle it is as well, in the way that he's portrayed, the more powerful it comes across, rather than just being outright nasty. My background before I got into acting was in child psychiatry and social work, and I actually spent some time in Northern Ireland with abused women whose partners were ex-paramilitary. So when Phyllis came to me about this one as well, and then I read the script, it reminded me a lot of some of the women that I met, in the sense of what they said about the partners, especially with regards to the statement a lot of the time was, yes, but that's only now and again. Some days, he's so lovely when he gets up in the morning. He can be really nice and gentle, and he's great with the kids, and it's only because I wind him up, they would say, or it's only because I told them that I was going out with my friends and I got back late. But he was lovely the next day. And it's always that, I always remembered that, in the sense of saying that however I play the scene, I have to remember that I've got to try and reflect it back on her, if that makes sense, so that she then feels the guilt rather than me, because that's the controlling element. I actually feel is that character, that he's, I jokingly said one day about it's almost like the Prometheus character. It's almost like Dr. Frankenstein at the end there, where he says, I want to create you, and that's more frightening than anything else that he does.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it is hard to say afterwards. I always said to Lisa, sometimes I'd go, sorry about that. You're right. When we finished reading it, are you all right? And she was, yeah. Because you do feel it. If you get into the character, you do feel that kind of like, oh my God, awful.
I've just got a question from one of the audience, Sonia, who said that she's interested to know how you'll measure the impact of this moving play and the ways it might reach women in need. So I would like us to be able to answer that. Is anyone who would like to answer that one?
Yes, well, we've got lots of really interesting plans at the moment when we put this piece up on its feet. So our connection and relationship with Solace, we're hoping to develop that and get their support in doing this. But there is an idea of looking at ways that we can find opportunities in conferences, or going to community centres, or working with multiple women's rights organisations, or women who work with survivors of domestic violence as well. But in connection to that, I think we want to do some outreach work as well, and working with universities too. I think those are like our bigger kind of larger plans for the future when we bring the piece back. So at the moment we're on that kind of the second stage of creation. So it's been really exciting to see the piece come together, and it's great to have this question. But that's something that we will be kind of moving on to in that when we actually put the piece up on its feet and touring it. So there will be a lot of other ways of connecting with survivors of domestic violence and seeing how far we can reach out. But we also have to be sensitive that it might be a piece that they don't really want to watch. So we have to also be aware of that. But yes, we will be reaching out to lots of organisations who do work with survivors of domestic violence. But I don't know if anyone else want to add to that.
No, that's about it at this moment. Yeah.
It would be interesting to know, just before we finish up, because I know you particularly must have had a very, very long day. But just to say, in terms of sort of theatricality of it, or should I say the digitally actually of it. So for Sohini and Caitlin as well, how would you stage this? Are you thinking of it being an online performance, or is it going to be face to face? Maybe Sohini can answer first in terms of the sound design.
It's okay. I think Kat's already on it, so I'll go after Kat. It's fine.
Sorry,
not on it so much with the sound design, but I think there's interesting stuff that we can dig into with all the digital media that are in it.
Yeah.
So think about the projection using screens, and I think it's also very interesting in terms of all the themes of what you do and don't see, like on and off camera and behind closed doors and that kind of thing, and about connection, sort of how the internet connects and this isolation that Shahrazad's experiences, I think is really interesting and has lots of interesting ways that we could stage it. So I'm really excited for when we do get to put it on its feet.
So am I, absolutely. And so Sohini, yeah.
Yeah, so for me, it's more about how it got written and then how it will get designed. Because in terms of the concept, I remember I was sitting with the other Gomalas, and this was many years ago now, where we were just, that day we were going to just come up with ideas for things. And I remember saying that I thought it would be really interesting if we could do Shahrazad, because I was always fascinated by the way she managed to keep herself alive just through telling stories. And that was, to me, that was an incredibly violent situation for her to be in. So I was like, well, what's it like to be a modern day Shahrazad, where you're constantly having to please somebody and keep that person, keep him happy to make it to the next day. So at the time, obviously, I wasn't thinking of any music or any sound or any of that, because I didn't know how that was going to look. So thanks to Tahmima coming up with this really cool concept about it being a talk show or an Instagram kind of a show, an online show, it's opened up sound-wise a lot of potential possibilities. I think, like if you watch people's YouTube channels, for example, and you hear little just ways they spice up their shows with sound, like little dings when they've got something really important they're sharing, special little music when they're actually doing a product placement versus regular music when they've got their own thing going on, and other sound effects that they use. So that's in terms of conceptually what could happen. There's a lot we can do thanks to the really cool way that Tahmima has put this all together. And for me, it's going to be loads of fun also to see what Kat does, because Kat and I effectively work on visual and sound. So obviously if she comes up with ideas of like putting texts on, projecting text onto the walls and making them disappear, then I would put sound effects with that. If it's done a totally different way, maybe my sound design will be different. So it's been really cool to watch this and to listen to the reading, just to be able to come up with different ideas for how to put it on. I'm really excited about being able to do this in real life.
Didn't get to speak to Sharif because we had the question in. How about your role? Why do you think that your role, Ali, was in the play? Why was that so important?
If I speak thoroughly, with my honesty, it was an opportunity before me to speak some words that I never spoke to anyone, but I met a lot of girls, friends. So these dialogues were before me. It was just like mirror I have been looking for. It was hidden, but finally done by this work. Thank you, author. That's all.
That was deep, Sharif.
Yes.
Wow. It really was. Well, I think we're going to have to round this off now, but it has been an amazing experience. Does anyone have any last things that they want to say just before we close?
I'd really like to hear from Tahmima how what she makes of the what we did to her play.
Very interesting. Yeah.
You sure you want that on a live feed?
I think you guys did really well. I just spent the whole time thinking about how I could have made it better. So it was not on you at all. And I think when we think about staging it, we should think about doing, this was like a real learning experience, and we should treat it as a workshop and not as a kind of final thing, because it will be great to sort of revisit it in a few months when we're in a position to stage it and think about how we can make it better. But I think you guys did really well. I'm so grateful to you for putting so much of your life energy into my words. It was really moving, and I think you were all just absolutely terrific. And Lillian, the voices were amazing, and Gary and Lisa and everyone, really just very, very thankful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well done to all of you, to the actors, to the creative team, and very, very best wishes with the production. It's got so much life. It's definitely got to be seen.
And thank you, Annie. Thank you so much. You always support us. You're always there for us. And I think that we should introduce, Annie Small she used to be the artistic director of Facephone Theatre. She is now is the founder of Jazan, isn't it? Right. Company, and she is an MB, and she is a huge inspiration, and she made that play, directed that play, Whisper Me Happy Ever After. And I would like to have this opportunity to say that play, it's a play, it's a forum theater which goes to schools, and it's been running for 10 years, Annie, something like that. Yeah, and it has been effectively changing young people's lives, and I am grateful and honored to be part of that when it started 10 years ago, and I have seen how a theater piece, an art form, and artwork can change really in true sense people's lives. And thank you so much, Annie, to be part of this creation phase of our Shahrazad. We are grateful to you. Thank you, and grateful to you all, everyone. Thank you.
Good night, everybody. That was wonderful. Oh, please do, if you do need, you've got the domestic violence helpline. Please, if you do need any help, do phone that. There's lots of support out there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Goodbye.